Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 3 games that I'm looking forward to getting my hands on in 2024. The list is in no particular order, and though this is mainly a PvP FPS channel, there are some titles coming out this year that are a little bit outside of that niche that I'm going to be playing simply for the engaging and immersive gameplay and the great visuals. This is going to be me yapping over some background gameplay of an extraction shooter called Hunt Showdown. If you haven't played it, it's a really fun PvPvE game that I like to go back to about once a year and try all the new guns and the new content. Guys, with that out of the way, this is going to be a little bit of a ramble slash channel update style of video. Some of these games might make it onto the channel depending on how much I'm going to be playing them. I do imagine that there will be some uploads about these games because I will just probably upload whatever I'm playing at the moment and whatever's fun for me at the moment and just make videos on that. Let's just get right into it. Riot's 2XKO slash Project L is the only competitive game on this list, and this game, if you are part of the FGC, the fighting game community, then there's no doubt that you probably already heard about this game. Project L slash 2XKO, whatever you want to call it. Please, they need to change that name, but it's a game made by FGC members for FGC people, made by Riot Games obviously, and it looks like it's modeled after Street Fighter or Guilty Gear, something like that, and it's estimated to officially release before summer of 2025, but we can register for the alpha playtest happening between August 8th through August 19th of this year, and we'll probably see the beta come out by late this year or early next year. Some aspects of the game, it's confirmed that there will be loadout selection elements and auto combo accessibility modes similar to the new Street Fighter 6, and the new Tekken. Seems like a lot of the complex fighting games with motion inputs and combos and that kind of stuff, they're trying to become more accessible and gain that larger player base. It's no surprise to me that Riot Games is following in those tracks and catering towards that more casual audience, which I think is a smart business choice. But based on the information that we currently have, it seems like they're willing to make significant changes to the characters and game mechanics for the sake of accessibility. Probably a smart design choice to maximize player base, which is something Riot does historically prioritize quite a bit. And I'm excited to see how they'll balance the accessibility features to how high they want the skill ceiling to be. So I'm hoping that this game will be similar to the latest Smash in how it can be easy to pick up but difficult to master. I feel like if they can hit that range just right, then the game will be very, very popular and fun to play for all sorts of different audiences. Long story short, they're very open to changes and constantly making adjustments based off community feedback. So make sure to sign up for the alpha playtest starting in August 8th. I'll leave a link in the description for that. The build from the playtest is confirmed to be at EVO this year, so that will be very interesting to see what happens based off professional feedback and how pros use the game mechanics and play with the first iteration of the game. Definitely going to be fun to watch and see how many characters they have starting off. But yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to cover the game on this channel with at least a video or two when the time comes around. So really looking forward to the playtesting and the eventual official release next year. So the only single player game on this list is Stalker 2. This game caught my eye because it's an FPS survival horror game, and it's been whispered about for like a literal decade. The devs started teasing about this game back in 2012 and was scheduled to release in 2022, but because of the war in Ukraine and the devs being a Ukrainian company, it got delayed until early 2024, and then it got delayed again until September 5th, 2024, which is the official release date of the game as of now. It's a survival FPS horror game, story-based progression, open world, looks like COD style gunplay. You try to survive in this post-apocalyptic world and you fight anomalies and monsters, that sort of deal. So the game's going to be powered by Unreal Engine 5, so we can definitely expect the game to be top-notch in terms of graphical fidelity. This is trailer gameplay, but we can probably expect something along the lines of this when the game does officially release. The devs have confirmed that they will have official mod support for Stalker 2, which is always great for community building from a community standpoint. And the devs are also planning to release multiplayer post-launch, and that will be added in as a free update. Not sure if the multiplayer is going to be a PvP multiplayer update or co-op, like you can play through the story with your friend, that kind of deal. But regardless, it's pretty cool how they have plans to continue to support the game post-launch and work with the community and support the community with how they want the game to be played, essentially. Me personally, I don't have much knowledge of the Stalker world, the Stalker franchise, nor have I played most of the previous titles. I've played like one of the super old games for like 2 hours. But I'm going to play this one purely because of the fact that it is a survival horror FPS game, and it's within that survival horror genre, which I love. And not to mention, the game looks absolutely beautiful. Of course, they've said that you don't need to have prior knowledge of the Stalker franchise to enjoy the new game, which is pretty standard when devs add a new game to an existing franchise. They don't really design the game expecting you to have played their older games, so that's usually a non-issue. The game is available for pre-order on Steam and will run you 60 buckaroos, so watch some reviews on it first. I am definitely going to play this one because I am a horror survival junkie and I play all the Resident Evil games. Super excited to play this one this year. No Resident Evil this year, so this is going to be my survival horror fix for 2024. Okay, so this one isn't technically a new release, but more of an add-on. And I'm going to group 2 games into this section as one, and that's going to be FF14 Dawn Trail and World of Warcraft The War Within. These are more expansions than they are actual new game releases, obviously. I just want to include these because as an MMO enjoyer, 2024 is shaping up to be a great year for MMORPG people. We've seen and will continue to see this year huge expansions to the top MMOs in the market right now this year, and these 2 games are arguably the most popular MMORPGs available on the market. So Dawn Trail for Final Fantasy XIV drops in a few days actually, with early access starting on June 28th, which is probably by the time this video releases, I'm going to be playing that game right now. And The War Within for WoW drops on August 26th of 2024, with the beta opt-in available to the public as of right now. So both of these games, everybody knows what these are probably. They're both tab targeting action MMORPGs, so if you enjoy one, you'll probably enjoy the other. And with both dropping the same year, which is uncommon as they usually try to alternate years for their expansion releases, that gives us MMO players a shit ton of content to go through this year to keep us busy. And with the ton of changes and updates to both games and their game mechanics, I'm not going to go into it in this video. All the information's out there to look for if you're interested in that. Big changes and updates to the game mechanics, the world, classes, that sort of thing. As usual, they look like hefty and complete expansions that will add in a good chunk of new content for everyone to explore. If you're a casual MMORPG enjoyer like myself, you can probably get in your usual 100 to 200 hours, get to max level, try out some new classes or new content, explore the new zones, and beat the first raid tier before you disappear into the horizon and never touch the game again for another 2 years or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to see how I feel about the game after playing to max level, beating the first raid tier. I'm going to see how I feel about the game, and if I want to stick around and keep playing, I'm going to do that with both FF and with WoW, and that's going to keep me busy for a solid at least 100 hours each. Solid. But I'm just excited to jump in, explore the new zones and new game mechanics, and get those hours of entertainment to look forward to as I normally do biannually. Except this year, both WoW and FF are releasing the same year, so there's tons of new content to go through. So I'm super hyped with the amount of MMO content that has dropped in 2024. I didn't even mention OSRS, but they dropped an expansion a few months ago too. I haven't went back and played it as much, but anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out today. This list isn't necessarily titles that I'm planning for content creation. It's more so just some games that I'm looking forward to playing this year, and content will probably overflow onto the channel because of the amount of time that I'm probably going to be putting into them. Just a fellow gamer looking to play some new good games in some different genres. It's going to be a little bit outside of the videos that we've posted so far. Yeah, just hyped to get stuck into some of these new games, and if I get too addicted, then there will probably be some videos posted onto the channel purely because of how much I've been playing it. So alright, y'all, thanks for your time. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I gotta go to this meeting, and peace. See you later.